Nope.
Kaboom!
Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the AIB show. I think we're going live on the Facebooks. This is Amit.
This is Dominic.
Damn, why are you always delayed in doing that? Yeah, we're trying something new for the folks that are out there. I don't know what this is going to be like, but we'll see, and hopefully the sound gets better as we progress. Look at that. It is on the Facebooks. We are live. It's weird I'm not looking at that screen. Anyway, what do you got for us, Dominic? Talk to me. What's going on today?
You really want me to
start a little lighthearted to start off, Doug. Something lighthearted. Give me something. All right, I'll go lighthearted. All right, fine.
No, we're not doing lighthearted. We're coming at it.
All right,
Gwenberry.
All right, go ahead.
What? Gwenberry.
Oh, I figured this where you're gonna go. Okay.
Olympic athlete, U.S. hammer thrower, female. She placed third at the U.S. Olympic trials this past week. Hence,
okay, hold on. Pause real quick. Which one is the hammer throwing?
I mean, you go so.
That's the one where you hold the ball next to your neck and you spin around a bunch of times and chuck it. Is that the one? No, that's something else, right? Which one's the hammer throw?
Yeah,
you can't be talking about this woman with pride and not know what her actual sport is, dog. I mean, do some research, Brendan. I mean, come on. That's doubling down on what this woman does, and there's no idea what a hammer throw is.
No, you got something.
What is it? Oh, all right, that's the one. Okay. For those of you on the non-visual medium, it's a ball and chain. You hold on to the end of the chain and swing it around a bunch. All right, go ahead.
Some more S&M vibes. So,
all right, continue.
She placed third at the U.S. Olympic trials, so they have the podium because she's going to the top three make it on the team and go to the Olympics. And they stood on the podium, and when typically the national anthem is not played, unlike the Olympics, when you place, the first place winner, their country's national anthem is played. Well, here at the Olympic trials, you wouldn't really it's all Americans. So you're not going to play the American anthem over and over. But she calls herself an athlete activist or some kind of term like that. And the anthem was played while they're on the podium, which she says was a setup because it's typically not. So she turned to the side and then put her shirt on her that said like athlete activist. While the other two who placed first and second held their hand over their heart and sang the anthem. Well, of course, she's faced a lot of backlash for this, including your boy, Republican, what's his name? Dan Crenshaw, the former military officer with the eye patch, who's calling for her to be removed from the Olympic team. Now, you, Amit, have called on the hypocrisy coming from the right of being so anti-cancel culture, which you and I, oftentimes agree with. This cancel culture thing gets ridiculous. But then they love to cancel a lot of things themselves. This is the epitome of hypocrisy right here. F cancel culture, F cancel culture, F cancel culture. This individual himself has stated that over and over and derided it and been completely against it. Now wants to cancel her.
Well, there's a couple of things, right? One, he's trying to cancel her, which is again hypocritical. Secondarily, and I don't know if he was one specifically, but there's a significant number of people on the right who say that the peaceful protests are the ones that happen on January 6th. And those people should be fine. And this is a woman on the podium who literally is doing nothing but not putting her hand over her heart for the anthem, if you will. And this is something that should be canceled. So again, when we look at the hypocrisy, I find this utterly comedic because I can find the comedy in a lot of these things versus you finding the more aggressive nature of stuff. I just find this ridiculous on so many levels completely. Like, I'm like, does he make it? I mean, it's foolish. And that's an understatement.
Yes. And again, talking about a dyed piece of cloth, the flag. We're talking about a song, which unlike most countries, that talks about something to the essence of the people or the land itself or the history. This is like the worst national anthem I've ever heard. It's a fight song, and with it talking about death to the slaves who dare fight for the other side. I mean, black slaves, by the way, obviously, U.S. history. So it's a piece of shit song that has no real meaning to everyone. Yes, it has to some, and it's a freaking dyed piece of cloth. We put so much effort into this stuff, and again, because it disrespects the military. Guess what? Every American citizen has as much right to like it or not like it and respect and disrespect the flag as anyone in the military and any police officer. So it's quite frankly the dumbest thing when I hear that stuff. There's no logic to it. Yeah, and guess what? Oh, guess what? Coming up Sunday or Saturday, July 4th, what we're going to do? Wear U.S. flag bathing suits, eat on U.S. flag plates, which officially is disrespectful. But the people are too intellectually lazy to comprehend this. That is actually, per code, not allowed.
Hey, I'm with you, bro. You're not gonna hear much from me on this one. I'm completely with you. I find this to be comedic because, again, it's not the first time this happened. This happened so many times in so many generations and everything else, from even holding up the fist back in the day at the Olympics as well. So now we're going, what? How many years now? Now we're going, 30 odd years after, and we're still having the same conversation?
Way more.
One more time?
We're
having the exact same conversation? Yeah, okay, fine. So 40 years, whatever. And a significant number of years having the exact same conversation about the exact same topic because apparently we've progressed. And this is what I find comedic, because we've obviously made zero progress in a lot of areas, and this is one of them. And so everybody who says that, hey, there's change, I'm not seeing much of it. But, especially in this arena, right? And the same people fighting it have been fighting forever, and the same people who are fighting it will continue to fight it forever, because that's just their stance, and they'll find a new way to do the same thing, right? Case in point, right now, there's the situation right now is you have this experiment, right? And I use that, and I find it to be an interesting scenario where we have, because of COVID, they're giving out money, obviously, to individuals to help them survive, literally, pay rent, buy food, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's $300 a week, I believe is what it is, which is the extra dollar amount. So what they're doing in certain states, and 28 states, I think is the number, and the majority, actually not the majority, all of those states are Republican-run states, are that they are cutting the additional benefit allowed to these individuals, because the thought process is that because they have this additional benefit, they are not going back to work. So by doing so, you were enticing people to go back to work versus quote unquote being lazy at home. And the other states who aren't changing this are continuing with this process, by the way, which expires in September anyway. It's not like something in perpetuity. So it expires in September anyway. So what's happening right now is you have this quote unquote experiment with people's lives, by the way. So the experiment is, hey, oh shit, that didn't work. Or yeah, it worked. Now, again, people's lives, people's livelihood, etc., is related to the fact that this $300 a week is what's going to make or break these individuals, and we have to stop it, right? Which I find, again, very hilarious, because one of the issues is in Texas specifically, the minimum wage in Texas is $7 and change. All right, $7 and change. So this $300 additions coming in, whatever, makes people above the minimum wage. I'm asking you to think about that as anybody who spent money on anything, right? Rent, food, whatever. You're trying to tell me that your minimum wage is so low that the additional benefit to help you quote unquote survive, which is supposed to be like the bare minimum, is above what your minimum wage is. And the problem is not the minimum wage, but the problem is the additional $300. I mean, come on, guys. Let's see. And then people go, well, I can't find employees or whatever. It's hard for me as a businessman, and we want to change this for a business person. Sorry. And we want to change this. Whereas I get it, and I'm not knocking it, but y'all can just, maybe increase the minimum wage. Right. And I agree. It's not something, I'm not saying go from 7 to 15, but I mean, make it, even if you went to 8, you'd be better than what's happening now. If you went to 9, right now, fine, you can't hire exponential amount of people. That's actual progress, by the way, because you cannot not adjust the minimum wage over time and assume for everything to be safe and say, oh, we have a living wage, because you don't have a living wage. Right. So that's kind of the dynamic there that annoys me in that scenario.
Yeah. I mean, and like you said, it's not a living wage. And then the problem is too is you get into that. What would you rather do? And they're different. They're kind of different tiers in terms of those who are collecting unemployment and choosing not to work because they can actually make money, versus others who are overemployed, which sounds good, right? Hey, I'm overemployed. It's actually a horrible thing, meaning you have to work more than one job in order to just
make ends meet.
Right.
Yeah.
Many people work two and three jobs. Right.
It is a Jamaican mantra.
After that, not necessarily 2 or 3 little part-time jobs. There are people who have a full-time job and have to work just to have a living wage. So for them too, because of the way things are, this is I don't know. I get what you're saying. I'm frustrated too. I understand the business aspect of the side, but that's the problem with our capitalist system as it is now. In a utopia, capitalism is amazing. The way we have it, no, it's just better than everything else, but that doesn't make it good. With the lobbying influences, with the corruption things, it just, no.
Yeah, it's I find it very interesting, right? And this was obviously captured very well in this skit.
It has no sound.
Damn it, I thought I fixed that.
Good job.
Now we'll try it one more time. Try it one more time. I'm gonna get it right this time. I know I am. Boom.
What's the matter with her? She in labor. In labor, I don't see her working. What are you talking about, labor? How many jobs you got?
One.
One job! One job and you go to labor? Get up and help out with other patients.
No. I'm with you.
Up you go, Patty Pie. Come on, Patty Pie. Help up.
But she was up the baby. Listen to your daughter-in-law. I gotta tell you something, girl. Today I gave birth to your lazy husband, Byron. My son, I was working 6 jobs, no man. I was a wedding photographer, meet and maid, shoe salesman, swimming instructor, sushi chef, and taking the bar exam, all while delivering his lazy fetus. Get up now, you're fine. I think I better lie down.
It's amazing to me that that's somewhat still relevant and racist all at the same time. But it's like, because what's funny about this is I had multiple jobs. I waited tables. I went to grad school, and I was still begging money from Dominic and Lotion and a bunch of other people, right? And my rent, by the way, was under $500 a month, and I still couldn't afford it. My point is, that was 2003-ish, right? And I'm living on tips, and I look at people to lean on. You're trying to tell me that nothing, literally enough, by the way, that dollar amount, $2.19 an hour for servers, only is now just changing. So it's almost 20 years later. So this whole dynamic of, we have to stop people from, we have to stop sharing or stop sharing. We have to stop giving them extra money so they'll go back to work. You probably want to look at the underlying cause. And that's not good.
Yes.
So that's one that's I find interesting, but neither here nor there. What else you got, Dominic?
You tell me.
On a lighter note, I wasted my time and watched Fast and Furious 9. Wow. Just wow. Have you even seen the last 8 or any? You've seen, how many of them have you seen?
I've seen all of them except Tokyo. I'm not watching that foolishness.
Tokyo's actually, there's hold up. If that's the foolishness you're talking about, there's something that one's better than the budget.
Or like Romeo, or I don't know.
Yeah, that's one with Bow Wow. That's one with Bow Wow.
Oh, I may have talked about this. Not sure if we have, guys.
I don't know what you're laughing
I
at.
am talking to a actor who has been. Speaking of Fast and the Furious, guys, Fast and the Furious Part 2 or whatever the name is.
Part 2, Too Fast, Too Furious.
Was in it.
I was.
So check this. We went to the movie theater to watch his performance.
First of all, not that, just to see where I showed up for a couple seconds as a non-credited extra with 0 lines. Continue.
He played the role of a migrant worker, it seemingly in Homestead.
No. Wow, racist. No, man.
And I'm sitting beside him in the theater. Again, he just said non-speaking role, right? So he's kind of blurred out. You know that Instagram filter where you can kind of blur things. Like he's kind of blurred out. You know it's him, but you don't know it's him. You can tell by the height because the other guy's like twice as tall as him.
The guy was a lot taller. Yeah. He was significantly
taller.
taller.
Notice it's him. The guy, I shit you not, jumps out of his seat.
First of all, that's actually no verbatim. No, not true. No hyperbole. So much hyperbole.
No hyperbole.
So I can't even do the snap of the finger. So that's also a lie. I don't know how to do it. No. I said there I am is what I said, and I left it at that. No.
First of all, you use third person. You didn't say there I am because everybody knows you don't say I.
That's also fine, but there was no seat jumping. There was none of that stuff. There was none of that business.
You said, it's Amit.
Oh, fine. Okay, which is also fine. While still,
he sees himself on the screen, jumps out of his chair, and goes,
"Again, you keep saying jumps out." No, there was no jumping. You keep saying jumps out. Nobody jumped. Never a jump. So that's a lie. Mm-hmm. That's a lie. But I did see the new one. And oh my God, is it garbage? I mean, it is levels of garbage I can't even describe. With that said, I'm still going to see the next ones. Don't get me wrong. I am now stuck in this Fast and Furious thing.
This dude goes and puts on his Instagram, his personal Instagram, about how bad the Ice Roads movie on Netflix with Liam Neeson, Taken Liam Neeson is going to be, how bad the movie is going to be. And the account for the movie doesn't even read what he wrote and reposts him.
I felt bad. I'm like, hey, well played. I got nothing. Which, by the way, I know that it may even be better than Fast and Furious. Like, that's how bad Fast and Furious 9 was. Like, it is just garbage on levels of garbage and so much bad CGI. And Vin Diesel jumping on tops of buses when Vin Diesel can barely walk because he's 9,000 years old and a bit overweight, but neither here nor there. So, yeah, either way, I wasted my time, and I'm going to do it again, obviously, as the next ones come out, which start filming next year. So that's what that is. Back
to my friend Gwen.
Whose job you didn't even know, but continue.
Yeah, I never heard of her before. We're besties now.
Have you not watched the hammer throw ever before? Like, are you not a big hammer throw fan? You're the one who didn't
know what it was, clearly.
I'm the one? Yeah, so we had video.
Collectively, society, like half of society, is outraged over what she did. But again, like you always say, January 6th, it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All the flags being hitting at police officers, dragging them down, throwing them down, doing all attacking, that's fine. Let's move that it is. Typical foolishness.
So on another note about typical foolishness, not typical foolishness. We talked about this in regards to what's his face, Michael B. Jordan and his rum company, to which I still think was ridiculous. But anyway. Also last week, I think it was, week before, Lin-Manuel Miranda had his show come out on HBO called In the Heights, which is based on his Broadway play that was that happened before Hamilton. So this is before.
I actually saw that play off Broadway. I saw
really?
It became, I never heard of the dude. Happened to go there.
So I
people.
All right. So speaking of that, he's getting flack, or got flack, I should say, for the fact that it didn't accurately represent Afro-Latino presence in Washington Heights, right? So he's getting flack for the fact that the film didn't depict darker pigmented Latin people versus lighter pigmented Latin people, is what it came down to, right? Now, there is so much that goes into this that I find it, simply put, you're never going to win, right? As it relates to stuff like this. Secondarily, to have a Latin project be the face, and this is one of the things that bothers me, of all Latin people, I don't really feel that that's plausible. Much like if you're just like, because there's so many like Latin people put it together as one Latin people, and it's not.
Yeah, but Washington Heights.
But this also a very diverse area as well, and also I can't just go out.
But it's diverse. So when you look at, you take it back. Again, it's because what we're used to. You look throughout history, we watch like Moses, we watch things of like Egyptian culture in old movies like Moses and all this stuff. Everybody white. That's
hold on. No, that's not the same though. That's not the same at all. That was different. That was we're looking for period. Your entire audition process and finding the right cast is based around white people and saying, hey, this is where we're going to find Charlton Heston. Boom, you're the guy. That's not the same thing at all. And also this scenario, now I've got to go out of my, so now I've got to find all these subsects. I've got to make sure that I find, and now I'm looking to fit a demo, i.e. I'm saying I need to go down the path and find an Afro-Latin person who can sing and dance and whatever else. More than just being an actor. I need to find all these subcategories to make sure that this works.
I haven't seen it because I read your reviews are bad. I'd love to play it, but
I mean, it's not. I'm not the target audience. I really don't care about it. Regardless, it doesn't really matter.
Is it just a completely whitewash? Because I heard even
no, it's not. They're just not. It's all Latin. Everybody's Latin. They're just not dark enough Latin. Is my point.
Time out, because there's ton of white Latin, straight up white Latin.
Agreed, but my point is,
what's the cast makeup like? Is it all white?
No, they're mixed. They're just not enough Afro-Latin people.
Okay.
And my point is, how?
Are you sure? Have you seen it?
And Richard, I've read everything about it. Again, it's not like I'm not gonna watch it, huh?
Have you looked at a visual?
Yes. Here's the thing, right? The claim is that there's not enough Afro-Latin people, and the Afro-Latin people who are in the film don't have a big enough role. That's the claim. Yeah. And I'm saying you can't be everything for everybody. And if this Afro-Latin person is in the film anyway, but he or she is not strong enough to be the other role, then she's not going to get the part in any situation. Because film and TV isn't something that's based on there's a lot of criteria that goes into this. And in this particular film, you got to be able to sing and dance as well, which is not a given talent for everybody. And you can't just go, hey.
I'm cool if there's a good mix throughout.
No, but the point is, and so he was like, so now he's got to be like, all right, I'm listening to you people now, whatever, listening to people now, sorry, and I'm gonna find a, I'm aware of this for the future and whatever else, and I'm like, I don't find the need to placate and please everybody because you won't, and people need to just ease up, right? Not only that, but this is movie number one, so this has got to be the right. You hit things 100% across the board. No, man, there's going to be another one. This is called progress, right? You've got a Latin person who wrote a project starring Latin people throughout whatever, and it's not Latin enough for you? Yeah, I mean,
it's possible to not be Latin enough, yes, but it sounds like this is.
Bro, it's again, the Afro-Latin people who are in the film aren't prominent enough.
That's different, but that's not what you were saying. That you did in your whole kind of synopsis. That's not what you said. You just said it's written by Latin. It's this. It's not Latin enough.
It's all of this.
Meaning
how do all the boxes for all the people?
What?
Now he's the voice of all the Latin people. Is my point, and he can't be, and he shouldn't be.
Yeah,
he's the voice of all Latin people now. So whatever he does has got to please everybody in every Latin culture.
Yeah,
I think that's ridiculous.
Yes, but it's Puerto Rican specifically, which it has, and the problem is this: when you get into this, just like in America, and within themselves, in the Latin culture, the Negro population has been.
Oh no, I'm with you there.
Right, so that's kind of where a lot of it comes from. Trivia question:
God.
The largest Black population outside of the continent of Africa is in which country?
I'm gonna say DR, but I believe that's not the right answer, so I don't know. Cuba? It's too small a country. I don't know.
Brazil.
That does make sense to me. That is a.
Do we ever think of Brazilian people as Black?
I mean, I know many, so yeah, I do. But generally speaking, no, you're right. Generally speaking, it's Giselle.
Yeah. But even when like Dominicans, a lot of times they don't look at themselves as Black. When they are.
No, but that's I just think with Lin-Manuel Miranda, you cannot.
I when you mentioned it, I thought it was there's literally no. It's just a whole.
No, that's not it. No, it's just
kind of weird. But there's a mix and everything in there.
There is. It's just they're not prominent enough, and they didn't get the right roles or whatever else. And I'm telling all the critics who are looking for anything to criticize, just slow your roll, man. I mean, progress. Let the man do. This is based on a feature. This is based on a play that was that was not popular enough at the time, was popular but not huge, and has gotten a film because of who he is and because of how he's pushed for creating Hamilton and everything like that. Let the man grow, dude. You see the cast of Hamilton, you see the cast of this. They're diverse. He is putting stuff out there, right? And it's just so that kind of stuff just gets me. But that's one of the things that just annoyed me.
You mean the same man who did a play about Alexander Hamilton and a bunch of white men and had a dark cast?
Yeah, that's literally what I just said.
Oh, did you?
Bro, what? Are you just reading something and just are you not listening to whatever I'm saying at all? I just said the man did Hamilton as well.
But did you mention diverse cast?
I said diverse cast.
Oh. I was looking up something.
You're not even listening to what I'm saying at all.
Remember Steve Guys? Steve Martin.
I was gonna say Steve Martin's a prop comic as well. Is what I was gonna say.
No, I have to check the tape. There's no way you just said.
I mean, come on, bro. This guy is just so anxious to get his own take out there. He doesn't do anything at all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow. That's comedic to you altogether.
The look on your face.
Yeah. And on a random side note, did you know the Smallville actress had a sex cult? There's a Smallville actress. You remember Smallville from back in the day?
Yeah, I never watched it, but that sounds kind of familiar.
Yeah, so and her character's name was Chloe. Anyway, this girl had a sex cult with some dude or whatever else, and now it's a huge. I had no idea, but I just found out about it yesterday that she just had to put out a press release yesterday with her lawyer saying that she's apologetic and blah 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 and blah blah blah. But a sex cult,
what is a sex cult? So there's no.
I assume there's sex involved in being a member of said cult, which means you give your body to the head of the cult and those kind of scenarios. There's right, and this gets you closer to whatever your end all goal is. All of that, by the way, is a complete assumption, as I don't know what qualifies as a sex cult beyond the fact that I assume that participants have to have sex with the leader of said cult.
Oh, speaking of sex cult, there was the Smallville actress that.
You're a friggin' idiot. You're a friggin' moron. You're a friggin' moron. What else you got?
That's it. Be better.
All right. Oh, last thing, Juul. You know Juul, the vape things? $40 million fine.
If it's anything like the tobacco industry, that's just a slap on the wrist.
Well, it's part owned by Marlboro, so it is.
I did not know that. So it is
35% owned by Marlboro. But yeah, so it is that. But I find it again hilarious where you went from knowing what this was well before this and still nothing. So
Tokyo Olympics in a month. Let's go. Less than a month. Track.
You're an Olympic watcher?
Am I an Olympic watcher? I love track.
The hammer throw is your thing?
No, that's field. See? Field. We got, for those track fans out there, we got
who is on the Jamaican team?
Oh, men, it's not good this year. Women are gonna rock it. Elaine Thompson, I guess she got married. Elaine something else. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price. Second fastest time in history.
I saw that, yeah.
About a month ago. And then this 19-year-old girl from the States, Sha'Carri, she's only 19. She ran a crazy time, but everybody in America is going crazy. It was wind aided, so it's not official. And then this lady from Nigeria, Blessing, I can't remember her last name. She ran also a very fast time. So
who's on the Jamaican men's side?
It's Johan Blake again.
Okay.
Obi guy. A couple other guys you wouldn't know. So men's not going to be good.
All right. Johan's running the 1, 2, and 4.
So what?
The relay, I mean. Johan's running all 3.
I don't know if he did the 2.
I know he did the 1. And I know he did the 4 relay. I just didn't know if he did 2 as well.
I don't know. I have to check.
So like that, I know enough to sound like I know what I'm talking about from the last time I watched this man run 4 years ago. By that, 5 years ago, actually. Yeah, but either way.
Speaking of run, Amit's never beaten me in a race. Have a great day, people.
Take it easy, y'all.
Justice over order. Be better.